Okay, so good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the International Perspective webinar series that is held today on 18 March 2026. First of all, thank you to all the participants who have taken up the time to attend this event. My name is Shafira, and I will be assisting you as the Master of Ceremony for today's event. So for today's topic, we have Small Tea Growers Movement in Assam, brought to you by Assam Agricultural University, India. But before I start the event, I encourage all the participants here to open up your camera and use the virtual background that my colleagues have provided in the chat box in order to create an engaging atmosphere. Okay, so without further ado, let us start the event for today. First, I will start with the project introduction. So the International Perspectives webinar series is a series of international online knowledge lectures. This program is jointly led by the CIMOTED, China Asian Technical Education Cooperation, or KCP, and it is co-hosted by Pasita Foundation and GoStudy. The program is expected to invite 1 to 2 school faculty members from different countries in Southeast Asian region to provide high-quality online lectures that can help learners to acquire knowledge through the session of knowledge sharing and also cross-cultural understanding. Okay, so for the speaker for today, we have Dr. Gautam Kumar Saikia. Dr. Gautam, if you are already here with us, can you say hello?
Yeah, hello, Safira. Yeah, good afternoon to all of you.
Yes, hello, Dr. Gautam. Thank you for greeting us. So I will introduce you to all the participants here. So Dr. Gautam is the professor of Department of Tea Husbandry and Technology. He is from Assam Agricultural University, India. He is also a program in charge of the Small Tea Growers Advisory Program at Assam Agricultural University. He is also an organizer for Tea Industrial Work Experience Program at Assam Agricultural University as well. He is also participating as the subject expert for tea cultivation curriculum development in India campuses. He also has background in research and extension specialist with 26 years of service in tea science and cultivation. His professional field includes tea husbandry and technology, tea cultivation and production, agricultural research and extension, and also small tea growers capacity development. Okay, everyone, now that Dr. Gautam has been here with us, maybe we can let him to share his presentation for today. And for Dr. Gautam, I would like to remind you that you have 70-minute time of presentation. So without further ado, for Dr. Gautam, the time and screen are yours.
Okay, thank you, Safira. I'll be presenting my PPT. Share first. Sound good. Yes. Yeah, good afternoon to all of you. Yes, Safira, are you getting my voice? Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear your voice and see your screen, sir. It's good.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So, good afternoon to all of you again. I'm Dr. Gautam Kumar Saikia from Assam Agricultural University, India. So our today's topic of discussion is small tea growers movement in Assam. It's a very interesting subject. And uh, on the subject, I want to stress upon on three words. That is your small tea growers. And many of the participants may not have heard about the small terminology, small tea growers. They might heard about tea growers, but the tea growers are small tea growers. Whether who are small tea growers? Is he a farmer or is he an industrialist? But a small tea grower should be a typical small tea grower should be he should be farmer and at the same time he should be an industrialist. And this group of people who have started cultivation tea in Assam in India In long back 1970s, they have created a green revolution. They have developed a green revolution who has changed the entire tea economy, the scenery of tea in Assam, in entire, not in only in Assam, in entire country. So about our country is divided into 28 states and 8 union territories. And Assam, we are in the northeastern part of the country. And Assam is famous for 3 items mainly. One is your tea. Basically, we are producing city. Assam is producing city. Assam is famous in the world for city, and one horn rhino and Muga silk. So, and again in Assam, we have 35 districts. Then the state of Assam is again divided into 35 districts. And among in all the 35 districts, small tea growers, they produce tea in 28 districts of the state. Okay. Now, about the small tea cultivation movement in Assam, who has developed a green revolution in Assam, who started long back in 1970s. Coming to that point, so tea was actually the Britishers, they found growing tea in wild state in Assam long back in 1823. One Moniram Dewat, he was an employee of one Ahom kingdom. So he introduced Mr. Robert Bruce. He informed him that there is a tea plants in the state of Assam. That's how the Britishers came to know the presence of tea plants in Assam. But prior to that, they procured tea from China. Prior to that, they imported tea from China. All the European countries, they used to get tea from China. Then from 1823, when the tea was found in the hills of Assam, the Britishers, they have developed into an agro-based industries, and the integration of processing and field both was introduced during the colonial period only. And at that time, there was no small tea cultivation. After the Britishers, few indigenous Assamese people also started cultivating tea, but growing tea in a small tea scale, that came into existence in 1970s only. And that time, during 1978, there was an agricultural and cooperative minister in the Govt of Assam, late Suneshwar Bora. So actually, he has encouraged the growers, he encouraged the common farmers to go for cultivation of tea in small scale. So that's how, on his impression, after getting his impression from that visionary leader, people in Assam started growing tea in small scale. But how to define small tea? How to define small tea cultivation? Those growers who grow tea up to 10.12 hectares, they are called as small tea growers, and this terminology was accepted by the Tea Board India during 5-year plan only, 1992 to 1997. Yes, basically at that time during the 1970s, people thought that they were hesitated to growing tea in small scale. They were hesitated. They thought that they have to bear a lot of taxation and all. Then, as and when the visionary leader Suneshwar Bora encouraged, they started growing tea in small scale, and that's from then onward. If you can find that in Assam, the state of Assam, 50% of total production of the state of Assam is contributed by this group of indigenous small tea growers. These small tea growers are basically the indigenous growers, Assamese growers, local people. Now you'll find that more than 133 numbers of small tea growers are there in the state of Assam. They are spreading around in 28 districts, and they're contributing 50% to production of the state. If we think of the country as a whole of India, they are producing 1/4 of the tea of the country. They're producing 1/4 of the tea of the country. Now, this is the visionary leader. So he is now regarded as the father of small tea growers in Assam. Let Suneshwar Bora. Now, I want to show 2 pictures of the small tea cultivation in Assam. This is a plantation in Sunitpur district, one district in the northern bank of Brahmaputra. He's a very progressive grower. He has his own tea factory also now. It's a plantation of Gajen Brahman. There's another plantation of Jayanta Boru. So he was also trained by Assam Agricultural University. Though he has also a very nice plantation. These are the two small tea plantations in Assam. Just I want to show you. Then coming now, how the produce of the small tea growers, where they sell their produce? Basically, the small tea grower produce of the small tea growers is the green leaves. They produce the green leaves only. So where they sell? They sell their green leaves to the bottle factories. So what is a bottle factory? So bottle factory is a tea processing unit that procures or outsources fresh tea from the small tea growers. These bottle factories, they do not have their own tea plantation. They have to purchase from the small tea growers only. The small tea growers, they sell their tea to the not only to the bottle factories, but they sell their tea green leaf to the existing tea factories also. Existing teas, that there are 762 numbers of commercial tea estates. They sell their tea, their green leaf to the commercial factories of the commercial tea estates also. And the small tea field may be considered as a satellite green leaf production centers of this bottle factory. This is a picture of one bottle factory in Assam. Then what are the different categories of the growers, small tea growers? So common farmers who are settled in the same place, they are cultivating their crops in the same area for a long time. They are placed in a fixed area. These growers, they have started growing tea. Common farmers, they have started growing tea in a small scale. Then educated rural youths, they have started growing tea. Then educated youths from the urban areas. Then in-service personnel, all sectors of all, whether in the government, whether in the central government, and whether he is in civil service officer, whether he is in police department, or the teachers, professors, all kinds of professionals, they have started growing tea. Then the ex-tea garden workers also, their families, they have started growing tea. And that was few employees are there, few supervisors are there in the tea garden. So those who have retired, they have also started growing tea in a small scale. So these are the different types of categories of small tea growers you will find in Assam. Now, if we talk about the present status of the small tea sector in Assam, we will find that as on 2025, we have in Assam, we have 1,33,000 numbers of small tea growers around, and overall India is 2,49,000. So half of the total numbers of small tea growers in India you will find in Assam only. But whereas in the big growers, there are 762 big tea plantations are there, and 1,566 big growers are there. But if we talk about the small tea growers, half of the small tea growers of all over India we will find in the state of Assam only. What about the area? Yes, area also, you'll find that half of the area of the total India area of the small tea growers, this has been covered by small tea growers of total whole India. Half of the small tea growers area you'll find in Assam only, and about 1/3 of the tea area of the state of Assam, the area is covered by the small tea growers. And as a totality in India, we cultivate tea in 6,35,646 hectare area. In Assam, we cultivate tea in 3,59,069 hectares area. We grow tea in Assam. So production was also half of the production. Assam produced 610 million kilogram of tea annually. In 2024, we produced 6,010 million kilogram of tea. Out of that, around 310 million kilogram was produced by the small tea growers only. So that means 50%. That means more than in actually in the actual field, we may find that more than 50% they are producing now in Assam. That all these tea are being produced by local indigenous Assamese people. Indigenous Assamese people are there producing tea in Assam. And if you consider the all of our India as a whole, we produce around 1,200, around 1,300 to 1,500, 1,300 to 1,400 million kilogram of tea. So in 2024, we produce 1,284, near to 1,300 million kilogram of tea. We are India as a whole, we are the second largest producer of tea just after China. and we are the fourth largest exporter. But in CTC tea, we produce a lot. Assam tea is famous for your CTC tea. Out of the total tea produced in the country, 1/4 is produced by the small tea growers of Assam. If we come to the districts of Assam, we have 28 different districts. I have given data of few districts only. Among these districts, eastern part of the state of Assam, we have Tinsukia district, we have Dibrugarh district. Majority numbers of small tea growers in the Upper Assam districts. Tinsukia, Dibrugarh, Shivsagar, and Jorhat. Up to that, 5-6 districts, majority numbers of small tea growers you will find in Eastern Assam, and maximum is a number we will find in the district of Dibrugarh. But if we talk about the area, yes, area. Though number is more in Dibrugarh district, but more area is covered in Tinsukia district. 19%, around 20% of the tea area in Assam is being covered by the of the small tea growers area is covered in Tinsukia district. So majority area also that is in the Upper Assam area. Then if we come to production side, all the Upper Assam districts, starting Tinsukia, Dibrugarh, Golaghat, Shivsagar, and Jorhat, 82%, around 80% tea is small tea grower tea is being contributed by the Upper Assam district, and maximum is contributed by Tinsukia district, the easternmost district in Assam. This is all about the present status of the area, numbers of small tea growers, area, production of the small tea plantation, what they are, how much they are producing. Okay, now how they're contributing to the society. The movement, which was that movement, actually that was a kind of a green revolution that has changed the entire rural economy of the state. Introducing tea plantation in the rural areas, it has created lot of employment, self-employment opportunities for the unemployed. Prior to that, we have an unemployment problem. Lot of unemployment people were there in the whole of the state. We have a lot of problem. So this has given a thousands of numbers, lakhs of persons, they have been engaged in small tea plantation. And at the same time, women, nowadays we are talking about women empowerment. If we talk about women, majority of the women now, lot of thousands of women are being engaged in the small tea sector. This is creating opportunities for the employment of the rural women also, which is aligned with the gender equality. Thus, as because in the rural areas, it has created employment, self-employment. Okay, so it has, at the same time, it has generated revenues for the people in the rural areas. That has sustained, for sustaining the rural household, this was utmost necessity at the time. It has given fund. Now the fund flow has coming to the rural areas. Their purchasing power has gone up. Their economic status, social status has gone up. If you visit the tea growing districts of Assam, you will find a sense in the economic, entire socio-economic condition of the people. You can find out, and it is elevating as because the condition of the economic condition is going up in the rural areas. So it has solved the social unrest to a great extent. This is very important. Economic activity in the rural areas is very important. Not only I'm talking about tea, any kind of agricultural activities, any kind of economic activities in the areas for the farmers definitely will enhance their socio-economic status. Then it will solve the social unrest also to a great extent. Then they are conserving the natural resources also through scientific, as because tea growers in of this state is growing tea scientifically. They are following good agricultural and manufacturing practices. They are concerned about the conservation of the natural resources. Now the farmers are very much aware. The killing birds, all these killing animals, wild animals is being prohibited in the many small tea plantations nowadays. So they are conserving the flora, fauna. They are conserving. Nowadays, again, considering the climate change factor, so as because the thousands, lakhs of hectares of area under being covered as by tea and the shade trees. Now it is helping in the carbon sequestration also. It is helping in the mitigating the climate effect of the climate change also. And when tea plantation, they have started, the growers, they've started their own tea plantation. So lot of other enterprises have developed. Maybe implements making, maybe bamboo baskets making, maybe packaging of tea, so many transportation of tea, so many other enterprises have been developed. It is giving employment to all these subsidiary industries, subsidiary enterprises which are based on, which were developed on the basis of small tea plantation in Assam. It has lot of it is not that creating employment for the growers only or the small tea growers only. It is creating employment for the other enterprises also. Then at the end, it is giving a harmonious living in the village economy. It is giving a harmonious living in the villages. And when with the passage of time, it is creating a backward, it is developing and creating backward and forward linkages also. Because tea is being processed in the factory, they are being marketed, then packagers are they are exporting tea to the many other countries. Okay, this is helping in developing backward and forward linkages also. Now coming to Assam Agricultural University, so I am proud to inform you that all the participants, I am proud to inform that it is the one of the oldest university in the world. It's the pioneering university in the world who introduced tea in one agricultural university in degree course, in BSc Agricultural course. We introduced tea in the BSc Agriculture long back in 1968. It's the more, I think this is the first university in the world. Maybe it is the first university in the world to introduce tea in the BSc Agricultural course. It's a pioneering university. We had students from Iran, Ethiopia, Uganda, Kenya, many countries, Sri Lanka, then many other countries. We had students here in Assam Agricultural University. Now also we have 5 students from Myanmar. 3 are doing PhD courses and 2 are doing master degree courses, postgraduate courses. They are pursuing their postgraduate courses in Assam Agricultural University. Then after establishment of the university in 1968, as and when small tea cultivation movement was started in 1970s time, then the department thought that why don't we work for the small tea growers? Why don't we contribute to the small tea growers? So in that case also we are the pioneer to give technical guidance to the small tea grower of the state. For this, we established one ad hoc advisory body. It was named as Tea Advisory Cell, which was constituted in 1988. We formed Tea Advisory Cell. So 1991, after that, we got fund from Tea Board India. Tea Board India in the country of in India, it is the apex body which controls the all production, marketing, everything is controlled by this body, Tea Board India. So they came to realize that yes, the government should should help the growers, the small tea growers. They approached us. They given us some fund to develop our own setup to give technical guidance to the small tea growers. As and when we received from the fund from the apex body, the Tea Board of India, then we changed the name of the Tea Advisory Cell to Small Tea Growers Advisory Program. That was set up in 1991. This was set up after getting fund from the from Tea Board India. So so what we are doing actually, how we are helping the farmers? We provide advice to the small tea growers who are visiting our headquarters at Jorhat, Assam. This is in the Upper Assam region. Jorhat is a district in the Upper Assam area, eastern part of the state. We organize institutional training in our own campus, 5 days duration, 7 days duration, whole from right from the nursery up to plucking, tipping, plucking, then your the processing of tea also, whole package of practices. We just on the package of practices we train the farmers. Not only we are giving training at the headquarters, we go to the farmers field also. We go to the farmers field also. We demonstrate them on different field practices. We give them training. We organize field days. We organize farmers fair. We organize seminar. Then we organize workshop. Then again, we organize national, international training to officials connected with tea development. Then again, we conduct training program which are sponsored by various agencies, maybe bank, maybe government of other states. We liaison with the different financial institutes to help the farmers. Tea Board India, maybe the government, anywhere where we can help the farmers, where the farmers can be benefited, we just liaison with them. In all the other adjoining states also, they are funding us. Then we diagnose problems, field problems, provide them advice. We issue land suitability certificate. We test the soil of the farmers. We find out whether the soil is suitable for tea cultivation or not. That also we just find out. Then we give them the certificate. Yes, this area is suitable for tea cultivation. On that basis, they go for cultivation tea. On that basis, they get loan from the banks also. We prepare bankable projects for the farmers also. We offer telephone. Many a times we get a call from the farmers over telephone, over the mobile phone. Okay, we advise them over phone also. We publish literature for the growers. We train officers of the different developmental departments of the state. We maintain database of the small tea growers, which is very important to planning their future strategies. Then if we go to the aspect of activities of our small tea growers advocacy program, around 16 to 70,000 growers are registered at small tea grower advocacy right now. And so far we have advised around 63,000 numbers of growers of the state of Assam and other adjoining states of our state, other northeastern states. We have published many literature for the farmers also. Even I have published 4 books for small tea growers on the package of practices on tea in our own language, own local language. I have produced our published one book on organic tea cultivation also. Then I want to show one video how we conduct our training program at different period of time. Thank you. Now coming to the rule of Tea Board India, which is the apex body, which formulate policies for all of the country, whole country, how they support the farmers, how they support the tea industry as a whole. So there are major components of support from Tea Board India is your plantation under the plantation development and quality upgradation. They provide support. They provide support for tea promotion and market support, technological intervention, research and development, welfare and capacity building measures. These are the major components under which the tea board supports to the tea industry as a whole. Under plantation development and quality upgradation scheme, so how they help the farmers, particularly the small tea growers. I'll be presenting before the support from the Tea Board India to the small tea growers. How they support? They assist in for raising the nurseries of recommended quality cultivars, federating the small tea growers. Now they promote the formation of the groups, self-help group, so that they can on a cluster basis they can grow their tea, they can market their tea. So definitely, so Tea Board helps in federating the small tea growers, forming the self-help groups, then forming the farmers producers organization also. Nowadays it is very much important for collective bargaining, for formation of the farmers producers companies also, maybe farmers producer organization also, for all agricultural, not only tea, actually other agricultural sectors also, that federating the farmers into farmer or organization some on a cluster is very important for collecting purchasing of the material, collecting marketing of the material, getting benefit, maximum benefit from their produce. This is very much important. So Tea Board is helping in that way also. They help in setting the factory, mini tea factory for the self-help groups, maybe the farmers producer organization, and the farmer, or maybe the farmers producer company, for production of the different kinds of tea, like orthodox green tea or the specialty teas. Then under plantation and development and quality upgradation scheme, they give awards, annual awards to the self-help group, those who SSG and FPOs, they perform in a very good way. They are being awarded by the Tea Board India. Then they help in the farmers in testing their soil. They send sample to our some research institute on tea, maybe to the agricultural university, maybe to our Krishi Vigyan Kendras, different Krishi Vigyan Kendras also, our agricultural university services also. They provide, they send their samples. They help in organic certification also through some kind of subsidy. They help the farmers in that conversion. Nowadays, organic, chemical free, consuming the chemical free food is very important. That is getting very important nowadays. They develop to train the farmers. They have developed farm field schools for the especially for the small tea growers. That is also very much essential. So Tea Board is helping in this way. Under welfare and capacity building measures, Tea Board provides fund even to our agricultural university also. We get fund from Tea Board India for organizing workshops, seminars, institutional training on good agriculture and good manufacturing practices. They provide support, educational support to the children of the small tea growers. They award the meritorious students of the small tea growers also. So in the different ways, the Tea Board is promoting, they are providing support to the, they're providing support to the small tea growers of this state. Not only our Assam, other small tea growers of other states also, they are providing, Tea Board is providing support. Then we in Assam, the state of Assam, we have a Government of Assam, they has developed a separate directorate of tea. Government of Assam has, in the state of Assam, has developed set up a separate directorate of tea. This directorate also providing support to the small tea growers. This directorate is promoting Assam tea both nationally and internationally. They are supporting training for to the small tea growers also. Few years back, I got 1.5 crores rupees to train the farmers of the state under one project. In that project, I trained around 23,000 numbers of small tea growers of Assam. I published a book also in that project, and that was distributed to 13,000 numbers of small tea growers of the state. That book, maybe that book is helping more than 20,000 small tea growers in the state. The directorate of tea, they support setting up of bottling factories also, mini tea factories also. For setup of the mini tea factories, they provide financial support. And input assistance also is being provided by the Directorate of Tea, Government of Assam. And now coming to already I have discussed the how the small tea cultivation movement the initiated was in the state of Assam. I've discussed how the present state of the small tea growers of Assam. Then I have again discussed how they are contributing the society of the state. Then I have discussed how the different agencies, Assam Agricultural University, then Tea Board India, then Directorate of Tea. Then again, at some other institute also they are working for the small tea growers. Then maybe the Tuklai Tea Research Institute, Tuklai Tea Research Institute, they are supporting. There are many other agencies also there in the state of Assam. Many colleges are there. They have developed some vocational courses on tea. Even my department, we have developed a diploma course on tea. So those students, they are going back to the fields of the small tea plants. So they are going back to the farmers community again. They are giving technical guidance to the small tea growers of Assam. So that also in different ways we are contributing. We are trying to help this sector of the small tea plantation. So now, what are the different development strategies we need to develop? How we have to develop the small tea sector in Assam? For this, now, yes, because formation of SAG, self-help group, farmers producer organization, farmers producers company, it is very much essential for the growth of the small tea sector. Now we have to emphasize. Now we have to emphasize how fast, how in a rapid rate, how rapidly we can help the farmers to develop these self-help groups or the farmers producer organization and farmers producer company, so that they can procure their materials in group, they can market their green leaves in group, they can transport their green leaves in group, so that the maximum profit come to the farmers, those who are producing these are green leaves. So then another strategy is development of a suitable marketing model for sale of the green leaves. Now, as because the farmers are they are selling their green leaves to the bottle factories or the commercial tea estates. Many of them they sell their green leaves through the agents. So middlemen sometimes involved in between. So how we have to develop a suitable channel, how we have to develop a proper model for sale of the green leaves, so that maximum benefit goes to the farmers. That is very much essential now. So we have to develop a suitable marketing model for the small tea growers. Then streamlining the operations of the leaf carrying agents. So now there are small tea growers. Now, if we talk about the commercial tea estates, all the three sectors, production of the green leaves, then transportation and the processing, they are under one umbrella. In the commercial tea estates, all these three sectors, production of the green leaves, then transportation and the processing is under one umbrella. In case of small tea growers, they produce green leaf, transportation is done by some other people, then it's processing done by some other people. So this profitably is divided between these sectors between these three parts. So we have to streamline the operations of the leaf carrying agents, so that we can develop a proper marketing model for the small tea growers. Then the small tea growers, then financial assistance, we have to provide sufficient financial, maybe to procure the inputs, like they're procuring their, nowadays the mechanization is must for the as because there is a shortage of workers in the gardens. So mechanization is must to procure the machines and all other instruments. We have to provide the fund to the farmers through the self-help groups, through the farmers producer organization, maybe through the farmers producer organization, or maybe the leaf carrying the vehicles. We can supply, maybe procuring for their fertilizers. We have to supply, we have to support the farmers. So even the marketing of their produce, we have to help the farmers. So financial assistance is also necessary for all these SSGs, FPOs or PCs. Then sharing price information to the growers on regular basis. The farmers need to know every day how much price, what is the price in the factory, so that the system is transparent. We have to make the system transparent. So that the price has to be calculated to the farmers every day so that that kind of mechanism has to be developed. This is a kind of a development. This is also one of the development strategy. Then mechanization of the field practices. Nowadays, this is very much essential. There is shortage of workers. There is a every day in the tea states we have shortage of labor, around 25% absenteeism there. We have to solve that is the biggest problem in the tea plantation in Assam now. So we have to go for mechanization of the field practices. Maybe they are planting. We can have to do mechanization mechanically. Plucking you have to do mechanically. Maybe pruning you have to do mechanically. So we have to mechanize in a proper way. So that there also we need to provide support to the farmers. Then technical knowledge on the good agricultural and manufacturing practices, so that they can harvest maximum produce. They can produce maximum from their fields. So that produce in a safe, they go for safe use of plant protection chemicals, so that there is no residue on the made tea. We have to provide them. We have to develop their capacity on the good agricultural and manufacturing practices. And fortunately, Assam small tea growers are following the all codes of conduct, how to safely. They know how to produce tea safely. They are producing tea safely, very much safe for human health. I'm proud of them. So they are producing tea in a very good way. So now we need to diversify the farming system. It is not that nowadays only we'll go, tea is a monocropping, tea is a monocrop, but at the same place we can combine some other crops also. Maybe we can grow areca nut or the betel nut with tea. We can grow pepper with tea. Maybe we can grow some other trees are there. Okay, we have to now, this is the time for diversification of the farming system. Then production of organic and specialty teas, just like your green tea, white tea, oolong tea, and particularly this I'm talking about green tea, white tea, and oolong tea. These are not tea of the state of Assam. Actually, these are specialty tea which are being produced by China and Japan, these countries only. So our farmers now, they have learned, we have teach them how to produce green tea, how to produce white tea, how to produce. Our people also have developed consuming this kind of, even myself, every morning, every day morning, my day start with a cup of green tea. I love to drink green tea. So we have to promote. We have promote to production of green tea or white tea or oolong tea also for the farmers, so that they can get this a kind of a specialty tea which get maximum price, with a better price than other city or the orthodox tea, so that maximum profit they can earn from their produce. And for this, the farmers, we need to actually expose them to the countries like, to the growers of countries like China, Japan, Kenya. So we need to expose them how the farmers in China or the farmers in Japan, they are growing tea, how they are growing tea. We have to, if we can develop this through this workshop. If somebody comes forward to associate with us to train our farmers on this tea, on these specialty teas, definitely farmers, not only farmers of Assam will be benefited, the farmers of the other countries will also be benefited. They can also learn from our farmers how to produce city, how to produce the traditional tea. Now, again, value addition. The value addition has long been introduced. If you go through the Chinese that literature, long back, that what value addition was done in tea. We have found in Chinese some literature that value addition was done in China long back. So now our growers also, they have learned these techniques how to evaluate tea. We define harvests, we define herbs, we define flowers which have medicinal properties. So, for example, one conventional tea, if it is getting 1,000 rupees per kilogram, after valuation, he will get maybe 2,000 in Indian currency, maybe 2,000, 3,000, or 4,000 rupees. So it will be giving benefit to the farmers. It will enhance revenue for the farmers also. Value addition is must nowadays. Then promotion of tea as a health drink. We have to promote tea as a health drink. It will benefit not only Assam. It will benefit the entire country and other countries also, even China, Japan, all the countries. If you can promote tea as a health drink, then consumption of tea, per capita consumption of tea will go up. Then it will solve the problem of all the countries of the world. tea growing countries of the world, if we can promote tea as a health drink, because tea is a non-alcoholic beverage, it has lot of medicinal properties, anti-carcinogenic properties. You have cardiovascular diseases also. It helps to protect all this our health. So as tea is a lot of medicinal remedies, we all should promote, not only Assam, not the farmers of Assam, not the agricultural industry, all who are tea lover, we should actually promote tea as a health drink that will solve the problem of all the countries of the world, including China, India, and all. That we need to strengthen existing extension system, so that just like the doctors, we should be very near to the farmers. As and when they require some services from the experts, we should be very near to them. Immediately they need we should be able to provide them the support. Then development of appropriate and energy efficient machinery for specialty tea processing. As because we are our learning processing specialty like your green tea, white tea, or oolong tea, not very long. We have very few years back only we have learned this technique, maybe from 2010 or 12, like that. So we are lacking some expertise in the developing the machineries. So these machineries for the specialty processing, we can collaborate with China or some other countries, maybe Japan or some other countries, so that we need to develop some appropriate machinery for processing tea, processing specialty tea. The establishment of tea centers or tea boutiques of small tea growers in different parts of the countries. If we set up some tea centers or tea boutiques exclusively for the small tea growers, definitely their produce will be handmade tea. Whatever they produce with the minimum cost of production, their consumption will go up. So they can produce more, and the farmers will be benefited. We can set up some tea boutiques of tea centers exclusively for the small tea growers, and inclusion of tea produced by the growers at the corporate gift lists. I think that can be done not only in Assam, not only in India, other countries also this can be followed. In the corporate gift lists, even we have introduced our tea in the corporate gift list. Gautam Assam, they procure tea from us. Many agencies, many government agencies, they procure tea, corporate gift tea from Assam to provide gift to their visiting guests. Even the educational institute also, they can provide tea as a gift. They can include tea as a gift in their gift list. So that will actually encourage the farmers. This will inspire the farmers to produce a better tea, more quality tea, more specialty tea. At the end, the farmers will be benefited economically. Then nowadays, tea tourism is coming up in tea tourism in small tea sector is also coming up in the state of Assam. This is not only a few years back only. So I have seen personally, while I'm visiting, I visit different small tea plantations in the state of Assam or other northeastern states. I've seen the growers who have developed tea tourism in their own tea states. The tourists can come, they can see, they can experience how tea is plucked, how tea is harvested, how tea is processed in their small units, miniature manufacturing units by hand. They can taste their tea. So they'll be satisfied. So tourists will come. I have seen this tourism has, those who have taken up tea tourism, their earning is more than the other growers, the other common tea farmers, other farmers, those who have taken up tea tourism. So it is very much essential. This development strategy is not only I'm talking about for Assam, the farmers of Assam, small tea growers of Assam. In the other countries also, this is applied to the other countries also. Then again, I'm coming to our traditional tea. We have different kinds of traditionally processed tea, like our Singpho or Tangsa community. Actually, they have migrated long back, Sinus Yunnan province or some other provinces in Myanmar, Thailand. They are processing one traditional bamboo tubes. They process tea that is called your phalap. Then there is another community, Moran community, they process the Khilangpat. There is another community, Adi community, they process their traditional tea, that name is Haleng. So we have to popularize the tea, we can commercialize this traditional tea also. This will come under the specialty tea sector. So through this traditionally promoting traditional tea, also the farmers can be benefited. Then nowadays the climate change is a major issue for all the countries, not only Assam, not only India, other countries, China, Japan, Kenya, Indonesia, all of the tea growing countries of the world is very important. So when we go for tea cultivation, not only small tea, not only big tea, all the tea growers, both small and big growers, we have to develop proper strategies to mitigate the climate change. We have proper strategies. The farmers has to take the proper strategies, maintaining their safeties, maintaining their drainage, maintaining their organic matter status of the soil, maintaining their bush health, hygiene of the section, minimum usage of the chemicals, low use of the chemicals, managing their pest with the botanicals or the biopesticides. All the strategies, proper strategies the farmers has to take for mitigating the climate change. So that we can produce safety, we can conserve the climate, we can conserve the conserve our nature, and we can produce at the same time, we can produce safety for our consumers. And creating the database of the small tea growers, this is also very essential for all the policymakers. Creating database is very important. So this has to be done for the development of the small tea sector of the state of Assam. So these are all about our small tea growers. Now I want to show some few photographs of our department, of my department, few snapshots on our extension activities of my state. So this is my department of tea husbandry and technology. In my last my seminar also, I just showed all these slides. I showed all these slides. These are tea garden in our Assam Agricultural University. We are growing tea and amla, two crops at the same time. We are growing tea, amla as a shade tree. Then tea and betel nut or erica nut. We are growing tea and erica nut. These are nursery at Assam Agricultural University. These are green tea processing. We have our own, in my department, we have our own green tea processing unit. We process green tea. We evaluate our green tea also, mixing with different herbs or flowers. We sell it. We make a lot of profit out of it. Our teachers, our students also used to produce. They produce their, they process the green tea and they evaluate their tea. They sell their tea also. They learn experientially. They do of their own. They make the business. They make profit. And by doing all these things, they can learn also. This is our black tea processing unit. These are training hall. All the women tea growers, they came to our department. They have come to our department. We have trained them on tea. This training our tea garden. In other states also, we just organize many times, not only in Assam, other adjoining states of Assam, in the northeastern states, we just conduct training. This was conducted at Arunachal Pradesh. This training was conducted in Arunachal, other state of the country. And the same tea and erica nut was grown in the Papampur district of Arunachal Pradesh. Your orange also can be grown along with tea. This orange tree, they are actually in Assam. We need to grow shade trees along with tea plants. So orange trees also can be planted as a shade tree. So tea and orange in the same place. We conducted training in another state, Nagaland. Our training program, they came, now the farmers, they came to us, they came to AU campus, Assam Agricultural University campus. We trained them. In the picture, right hand side picture, you can find that tea was in the strategies. We can grow tea plus pepper also. Tea, pepper also we can grow. In the pepper in the shade trees. The farmers were trained at Assam Agricultural University on planting, how to scientifically plant the trees. Then organic also, our one another main our emphasis on to promote organic tea cultivation. Promote organic tea cultivation. We are the pioneer in promoting organic tea cultivation in the state of Assam in other northeastern states. So we have conducted many programs on organic tea cultivation. So few slides I want to show out of it from it. So the certificate was distributed in one program, organic tea plantation, organic tea cultivation. There's the one organic tea cultivation, organic tea plantation in one district of Assam, your Udalguri district. Udalguri district organic tea was grown. Then these are organic tea plantation. He has produced his own biopesticides to spray in the garden. Then one organic tea factory. This another that particular farmer, he's processing in green tea. Then these are the women, they are the owner of this factory. So hand rolling the steam leaves. The processing, the organic was processed with steamed process. This is a Japanese technology. In China, they roast. When we process green tea in China, this is roasted green tea. The green leaf is roasted to kill the enzyme. So this was, but this is steam leaves. So this is a dryer. So after killing the enzymes, the leaves were dried. So we have taken them to one organic tea garden in the district of Jorhat. So these are the packets, the small tea growers organic tea process. These are a few packets of the growers. We have organized them to take participate in India International Trade Fair 2016 in New Delhi, our capital of our country. In that exhibition, in that trade fair, they got the these are the visitors to their stall. Specialty tea was also shown in the stall. They got the best participant award in the program. 2016 they got the best participant award, our small tea growers, and these growers were trained by us. We went to our Raj Bhavan. We met the governor of the state of Assam. He's the governor in the state of Assam. We went to him with our organic tea being produced by our small tea growers. Yes, right now I want to show one video which was actually Assam tea was first introduced to the Britishers in 1823. So this Assam tea industry has reached 200 years in 2023. So we celebrated bicentenary of tea industry of Assam in May 2023, and how we celebrated in our university along with the small tea grower of the state of Assam. I want to just show you one video so that you can see my university also and see our some activities of the department also. You can see our farmers also. You can find out how we celebrate one program in the state of Assam or in our agricultural university. Please. 뭐 약간 소리하는 거예요. 뭘 봤어요? to the guy first question too. You can read a question too. Yeah, I'm coming to my end of my presentation. This is my contact address. If anyone want to be trained on tea, they can come. They are most welcome to Assam Agricultural University. They can contact me. We can organize a program for them also. Yeah, this is my address. You can keep. Yeah, you can keep my all this email ID and phone number. So yeah. So thank you for your patient hearing. Thank you all. Thank you. Yeah,
Okay, thank you very
yeah.
much, Dr. Gautam, for the very insightful presentation. That was a very interesting topic because I know that maybe some of us here often consume tea in their daily lives. I know that I do. And it's very interesting to know how the tea has its own journey from production to becoming the products that people can consume every day, especially knowing the informations from an expert like you who came from a country with a strong knowledge in the tea industry. Okay, thank you very much again, Dr. Gautam. You may stop screen sharing now and we can move on to the next session, which is the Q&A session. Please wait a little second as I am going to share my screen. Okay, now we can come up to the next session, which is the Q&A session. For the participants who have questions to Dr. Gautam, you can ask in the chat box as I will read them for Dr. Gautam to answer. And as we wait for the others, I think I have seen a few questions here in the chat box. Maybe I can pick up maybe I can pick up Sasha's question first. To Dr. Gautam, first of all, thank you very much for your great presentation. I personally have two questions. In your experience, what separates successful small tea grower from others? Are there any specific indicators for it? And the second one, if someone from another country outside of India, for example, wants to start small scale tea farming, what advice would you give them? For Dr. Gautam, you may answer the question from Shasha.
Thank you, Safira. Yeah, very interesting question. Yes, small tea growers of Assam. Let me give example from Assam itself. They've been successful. Why? Because the area is very small. Area is very suppose 0.5 hectare area. All the materials, all the materials and your workers, everything can be managed by the farmers itself. When we talk about the big farmers, they have a lot of problem. They are different. There will be different, maybe input problem, maybe your worker problem, maybe some other problem will be there. So again, the farmers small tea cultivation, from my experience in Assam, this is very close to their households. the farm fields are very close to them, so they can manage very easily. So many problems are not being encountered in the small scale cultivation. That's why in 1990 we had small tea growers of around 1,000 growers in Assam. Now you'll find that 1,33 lakhs. So it is giving profit. So our poor farmers in the rural areas, as and when they get regular income, again when they sell their green leaves to the factories, immediately after 1 week they get money. So that is helping their farmers. So then they do not have to wait to the end of the year. So these are the two main factors which are that is how our farmers in Assam, they are successful, how they are producing the 50% of the total crop of the state of Assam. Then coming to the small scale cultivation in other countries, yes, they can think of the growing tea in small scale, provided the climate and soil has to be suitable. So that part they need to invite one expert from the tea growing countries of the world. They can invite. We can assess their soil. We can assess their climate. If it falls within the range, yes, they can also grow tea in their own countries. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Gautam, for the very detailed explanation of Sasha's question. For Sasha, I hope it answered your two questions. And now we can move on to the second question. This question is from Rifda. Thank you, Mr. Gautam, for your insightful presentation. I'm curious, from your experience, what has been the most impactful change in the small tea growers movement over the years? For Dr. Gautam, you can answer
Yes.
Rifda's question.
I think with simple one line, I can answer this question. Now, if we go to a rural village in Assam, rural part of the Assam, if we see the condition of the economic condition, their living style, their road communication, their buildings, houses, we can see sense in their overall condition of the economic condition of the villages. So entire picture of the rural villages that has been sensed. So definitely this is helping. Already I have covered how small tea cultivation has given impact in the state of Assam. So this is applied to other countries also. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Gautam. So the small tea growers have been a huge help to people in the rural area, for example, in Assam. Yes, that is a very interesting answer. Okay, next we can move on to Johanna's question. Thank you for the great presentation, Mr. Gautam. I would like to ask two questions regarding the presentation. The first question are, based on your work experience, what kind of support do small tea growers still need the most? And the second one, from your opinion, do you believe that small tea growers can fully compete with large tea industries in the future?
I think this question is for the state of Assam. I think, yeah, what kind of support do small tea growers still need in the most? If I talk about in Assam, the need of the small tea growers, I think it is the processing facilities and marketing of tea. Instead of selling their green leaves, if they process their own leaves, they will get more benefit. If they process on cluster basis in their market their own teas, this is the most urgent necessity of the small tea growers of the state. Then competing with the tea industries of large tea industries, yes, they're competing. If we find that many small tea growers, their tea plantation are better than the big tea growers. Even the pictures I have shown in my slides of one is Gajan Burman, one is Jointo, their productivity is much higher than many other large states of the state of Assam. Their drainage condition, their vacancy, if we talk about vacancies, their shade status, soil status, overall condition of the tea plantation, if you'll find that their condition is much better than the big growers. Then again, coming to the this one, large growers, large industries, yes, definitely. I believe that if they process their own tea now, right now, they are selling many of the majority of the tea is being processed by the Botley factories and the large tea states. But as and when slowly now the setup of miniature tea factory is being set up by the small tea growers. The small tea growers, they have now started setting up their own tea factories. Then after maybe after 10 or 15 years, maybe after 20 years, you'll find that maybe whole of the green leaves of the small growers is being processed by them only. Definitely their profit will come to them instead of sharing with others. Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Gautam, for another detailed answer to Johanna's questions. For Johanna, I hope that answered your curiosity. Yeah. And I think we can move on to Melodia's question. Dear Dr. Gautam, thank you so much for your insightful explanation. I have two questions referring to your material. In your view, how can young people, the young generation maybe, be encouraged to join the tea sector, the small tea sector? And what do you think is the biggest challenge small tea growers are facing today? Thank you.
Thank you for your question. For this, I think I should invite the questioner to come to Assam and have an interaction with our tea growers here in Assam. I think he will be definitely will be inspired to grow tea, to set up his own tea plantation in his own country if the soil and climate is suitable. I invite him. I can arrange his accommodation, everything here. I invite him here to Assam. Sometime you visit Assam, talk with our people, small tea growers in Assam. Definitely you'll be interested because the small tea cultivation is giving money to the growers, is giving their livelihood, is giving their education to the, they're helping they're supporting their families, they're constructing their own buildings, they're purchasing their cars, bikes, all overall economic status has been improved because of the small tea cultivation. Many parts, when you go to the inside, enter your villages, enter rural areas of Assam, you'll find that now their economic condition is very much enhanced through small tea cultivation. Definitely, the people will be inspired. And yes, the biggest challenges of the small tea growers. And now it is like the whole area is quality. The tea market in the world is the quality market. If we process quality tea, this is the and the chemical free, safe use of chemicals with no residue. If they meet up these two biggest challenges, I think there is no doubt of their customers to procure the tea. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Gautam. Oh, I think we can gain some interesting explanations about how there are many challenges that small tea growers are currently facing. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Melody, for the question. We can move on to Rais Yahya's question next. Thank you, Mr. Gautam, for the very informational presentation. Allow me to ask something. How do you see the future of small tea growers industry in the next 10 years? Maybe like fully integrated with the technology for producing, or maybe keep up with the world trend about tea. Thank you.
I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. Yes, not only 10 years, coming 10 or 20, maybe another 50 years. That yeah, as far as Assam is concerned, I think I'll be, I'm sure that local engineers, Assamese people will be dominating that industry of the country, of the state, because our own people are growing tea. And as because, yeah, challenges are there. Always challenges will be coming. The market may fluctuate time to time, only depending on the geopolitical situation. Sometime maybe because of your climate effect will be there sometime. So that can be tackled in time, and that can sometimes there may be setback sometime. But who the growers who produce the quality tea, there is no problem for these industries. They can, yes, and we need to technology. We have the rule for them also, with proper managing proper gap and GMP, good agricultural manufacturing practices. If they follow, yes, if they follow technology, yeah, they can maintain the world trend. Why not? I'm hopeful for this small tea sector.
Yes, okay. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much, Dr. Gautam, for the answer. And I personally feel very hopeful also for the industry to keep going, especially in the technology era, because the industry has proven that it can stabilize regions' economy, or even in other situation. Um, For the others who have yet to ask their question, please feel free to type them in the chat box. But for Dr. Gautam, I actually have my own personal question. So because the small tea growers can depend on nature, I would like to ask, how do usually small tea growers handle the problems such as climate change? Because climate change is known to be like very extreme, and it can affect the the tea industry.
Yes, thank you, Safira. You see, yes, climate change. If I talk about my own state of Assam, last 6 months we have not received any rainfall in my district. We had a lot of problem. Now, many times we cannot conduct our package of practices, all the cultivation practices in time. Sometimes our crop may be late. Some pest problem, some earlier, some there are one pest was minor. Now it is becoming your major problems. But for this, I think the small growers what they have to do. So they have to maintain the proper as for the if we talk about the condition of Assam. So we have to, along with tea, we have to grow the shade trees. If we talk about the climatic condition of Assam, the proper shade status of the section, the drainage, proper drainage has to be maintained. Then proper there should be no vacancies. Then the using of botanicals and then biopesticides. Everything maintaining the organic matter status of the soil. So all these techniques to mitigate the climate changes, the farmers has to handle. And the like your irrigation facilities, earlier the irrigation was for the big growers only, the big commercial estates. Earlier yeah, they use the generally they go for irrigation facility, irrigation system. Generally in tea plantation, sprinkler irrigation is done in Assam or other parts of the country also. But now I think the small tea growers also, irrigation is a part of the system. They must have to keep their irrigation facility properly on a cluster system basis, as because their plots are very small. So I think then on a cluster basis they can maintain that, they can manage their own irrigation system, so that during their, when there is a drought like situation, they have to go for irrigation of their own plantation. So all the climate change that all the strategies we have to undertake to mitigate the climate change. Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So you mentioned that the farmers have to anticipate the climate change problem by implementing a few steps, such as looking out for the soil quality and also looking out for the irrigation system. Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Gautam. It really answers my curiosity. Maybe we can have another question. This is from Sasha again. She has a follow-up question. So she's curious, since there are many development strategies that you mentioned in your presentation, such as organic tea and also diversification, which of these do you think has the most potential in the future within the small tea industry?
What has the potential? We have to go for organic tea or natural tea. Now the consumers are that sector is the marketing sector, that the consumers are growing to consume the organic tea nowadays or natural tea. And diversification to augment the income of the farmers, we have to go for diversification of their field. Just like already I have discussed the growing tea along with some other crops like your betel nut. Then we can grow tea, areca nut. And maybe in your country, China, you are growing tea along with rubber also. I have found somewhere. Then we can grow tea along with orange also. This diversification is that can be done at the field level. Then value addition also can be done. The process, the value addition, like your city, we can evaluate. We can evaluate city with different tools. See, maybe okay, maybe or rose petals. Maybe the many herbal products we can add, and we can evaluate tea so that our profitability goes up. So diversification both has the potential. Yeah, that we can go for this. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for your perspective on Sasha's question. For Sasha, I hope it answers your curiosity. as you have asked a follow-up question. Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Gautam. Maybe since we don't have any more questions left, wait, let me check on the chat box. Yeah, since we don't have any questions left, thank you very much for answering the participants' question. And since the Q&A session has come to an end, we can move on to the next session, which is the group photo. So for everyone here, you can turn on your camera, and also don't forget to use the virtual background that our colleges have provided in the chat box. I will give everyone 30 seconds to prepare and open your camera. Okay, wait, let me stop screen sharing. And as we wait for the others to prepare, I would like to remind everyone here that we have an Instagram account. It's on Instagram at pasita.education. So if you want to stay tuned for other of our activities, of our programs, and also our events, you can follow us on Instagram to keep up with the informations that we share there. Thank you. Okay, so everyone who has yet to open up their camera, please open your camera and also use the virtual background. Okay, dear everyone, please open your cameras, as I have seen that there are still some people that have yet to open their camera, so we can start the group photo right away.
No,
Okay, since there are already people here who have opened their camera, maybe we can start to do group photo. And for those who have yet to open, you can open right away to join in. Okay, everyone, I will start the countdown. Smile to the camera. 1, 2, 3. Okay, just for another one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you very much, everyone who have participated in the group photo. For Dr. Gautam, do you have any closing statement to be made?
Yeah, thank you everyone for patient hearing to my presentation. And one more information I just want to share you. I'll be publishing a book on 200 years of Assam tea industry very shortly. That I'll be informing you over maybe in my this one. I can inform you also so that you can spread it to. There is a chapter on Chinese tea experts, how they help to develop the tea industry of Assam in 18th century, that you can know from that book. This is the information I want to share with all the viewers, all the participants today. Thank you all. Thank you once again.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Gautam, for the closing statement. So for everyone here who are interested in knowing more about the small tea sector, you can reach out to Dr. Gautam for his upcoming book information. Yeah. Okay, thank you everyone for joining us today. Thank you very much as well, Dr. Gautam, for participating as the speaker. We are very honored to have you here. And for the participants here, please don't forget to fill in the attendance link that my colleagues have shared in the chat box in order for you to get your e-certificates. And thank you very much everyone for joining. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Yes,
all.
thank you, Dr.
Thank you. Yeah.
Gautam.
Bye bye. Kayo.
Kababayan ko,